13, team with the marathon, the true 50 greatest MCs. Let's get into it. Tupac, the truth. Let's get into it. Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California's dreaming. Soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing Hoochie screaming, pleading for money and alcohol. The life of a West Side player. The cows dying, the strong ball. Only in Cali will we ride, not rally to live or die. In LA, we wearing trucks, not valleys, just in lokes and khaki suits. The ride is what we do, Boston, but have caution with other crews. Famous because we program worldwide. Let them recognize the Long Beach to Rosecrans, bumping and grinding like a slow jam. It's West Side, you know. The road won't bow down to no man. So why you say? But give me that bomb beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area, back down. Cali is where they put their back down. Give me love. Tupac Amaru Shakur is the all-time number one hip-hop artist. There are MCs, rappers, and hip-hop artists when it comes to rocking the microphone. Some of us are all three. Most of us are better in one aspect than the other. Tupac was a great MC, an even better rapper, but ultimately he was the greatest artist. He was the embodiment of unlimited artistry. But Will Smith is in songwriting and Jay-Z's in record making. Tupac is a master of both. Believe me, the two are not synonymous. There are great records that are not great songs. There are great songs that are not great records. Tupac is such a good songwriter that even in death, all we just have to do is add music. Where he structures his lyrical content, books a mood that tells you what type of music should accompany him. Tupac's legacy is so much later that almost anything I say wouldn't be enough. The reason for that is he did the one thing that makes an entertainer or public figure unbeatable. He connected. Not only did he connect, but he connected on a level so personal that he felt like he was representing the listeners that he was connected to. There were many MCs, there are many MCs that have gone better lyrics than Tupac, can touch listeners on a mass level like Tupac did. What was so unique about him was he was like the hip hop everyman. He was sex symbol to the ladies and thug home to the fellas because he was more of an artist than just an MC. He took stances on making them time to hit records most MCs wouldn't dare to. He exposed himself in ways that took the mystique out of whatever you might have thought it might meant to be an MC. Trust me, I was there from the beginning of the lyrical MCs. Part of your whole game was to be able to create an aura of all. The whole point of being a lyricist was to be able to wow a crowd with your words, your essence. Why do you think we had such colorful names? Furious, Fearless, Grandmaster, Treacherous, Cold Crush, Mean Machine, just to name a few. Tupac obliterated this. He was truly the real and keeping it real. Ice-T and Ice Cube was respected, but Tupac was the first West Coast rapper loved on both coasts. Most of the true hip hop heads didn't think he was that tight lyrically, but the fact that this hardcore MC would come out of the gate, the record like Brenda's Got a Baby, song by Terrence Briggsy, the respect love for him was so high. You got to love him. It was like a curveball of reality. That's how the album was Tupac listened now, and we thought, let him see Gears, a prophecy of Armageddon. Instead, we got sensitivity. Next album drops strictly for my blink. Okay, now we're gonna get the thug style right. Wrong drops. Keep your head up. Inspirational song for single brothers. Once again, we all can all relate. We gotta love them. Finally, to complete the trilogy, he drops the album Me Against the World. For the coup de grace, he drops the single Dear Mama. When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. But back in the time, I never thought I'd see her face. Woman alive that would take my mama's place. Spinning from school, I'm scared to go home. I was a fool with the boys, breaking all the rules. I shed tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poorer than other little kids. Even though we had different daddies, that same drama. When the things went wrong, we blamed mama. I be missing under the stress I caused. I was blaming her on my mama. Front of a cell, who thinking elementary. Hey, I see a penitentiary one day running from the police. That's right, mama catch me. Put a whipping into my backside. Even though I was a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama. I finally understand for a woman and how easy trying to raise a man. You can always commit it. A poor single mother asks, what on welfare? Tell me how you did it. There's no way I can pay you back, but the plan is to show you I understand you all appreciate it. At that point, I realized we had a genius on our hands. Tupac took the one-dimensional, one-note syrupy hip-hop love song and went deeper. Most MCs only dealt with the love or sexual aspects of women in that context. Tupac and generously dealt with their maternal side. But by the time he figured out what was going on, Tupac was literally a hip hop superstar. Turbulent life outside of his music career heightened his stardom. The fan base that he built with women was unprecedented, went beyond the usual teenage appeal. These songs touched the chord of the older women because of their universal message. He built just as much of a solid base of male fans that appreciated and related to the struggles he went through as a young black man in America. Outside of maternally, there's 9 songs for women, so I also showed a heavy level of caring, concern, and conscience for life in ghetto America. It felt like one of us, particularly speaks to all of us. The way to wrongly tell you about his life to the extent shows his mother's crack problem, and then apologizing for not understanding, made it almost impossible not to root for him. This is a man bearing soul because nothing was contrived. He became more touchable, more tangible than any other MC in the game. Of course, being oblivious as he was, there was a dark side. He constantly made references to his own death and his feud with his one-time friend named Choice B.I.G. Tupac was soon showed a venom that was antithetical of his impassioned songs for women. In fact, he made the song "Hit 'Em Up," a song calling for the death of Big and Deep. It was the first time I heard some of his fans turn on him. It wasn't about picking a side, it was just that it was more hate than they had ever heard from the rapper they most revered. Many of the people that I talked to at the time said that the record had an eerie feeling to it. Frankly, it felt like death. Thanks for hitting the like button. Make sure subscribe to the channel. However, ending on a positive note, Tupac was the next level MC. He had a depth and honesty to him that came across so clearly that he was the most revered MC in the history of the game. His rhyme style was melodic, and the rolling of his voice gave him a chanting type quality to his songs. He probably has the most diverse body of work in the history of the game. And pound for pound, he might be the most substantive MC in the history of the game. Other than Chuck D and maybe Melly Mel, I don't know of any other MC hit with the intensity that Tupac hit regarding social commentary. Guess One also did this well. Tupac was more selfless, much more universally commercial records. The bottom line is Tupac is one of a kind, and his contributions to the game make him, without a doubt, one of the truly greatest MCs ever. Strength, diverse work, the only see that sounds just about perfect speaking on any subject. Weakness was death talk. California Love, Keep Your Head Up. Eyes on Me, favorite LP from Kool D. Kool D gave Tupac originality in '85. Based on the timing, as usual, it was a lot harder for the next level artists in the '90s to get a lot of originality points unless they came with something truly original. Tupac was a mixture, amalgamation of gangster rap and social rap. Kind of like Public Enemy NWA. I gave him an 85 because he brought his own essence to the equation anyway. 95 for concepts. He's definitely one of the most conceptual MCs in the game. Versatility, 170 vocabulary, 95 substance, 80 flow, 85 flavor, 85 freestyle, 95 vocal presence, 890 lower live performance, 85 for value, 100 body of work, 100 industry impact, 95 social impact, 75 longevity, 75 lyrics, balance skill 70, total score 1,480, average score 87. A closer look at that. Kool D also put together a top 10 future Hall of Famers. So earlier Taylor said these are the MCs already among the greats, but they haven't got the time under their belts for longevity. 50 Cent, G-Dep, Cameron, Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, Nori, Dragon. In the top 10, you had Ludacris, MC for the Records. 9, Raw Digger, The Rawness, Raw Highness. Number 8, Soliloquy, 1 for the True Listener. Later, Rage. 7, The Ruggedness, Female Ever Heard. 6, Jada Kiss, Answer the Street Brawl. E, The Triple Threat. Most Def. Number 4, Canvas. Number 3, NMM. Number 2. And number 1, DMX. I felt that they were the future Hall of Famers at that time. So that's it for this. Look at this book. I'm done. Be back soon with another one. Until then, talk to you soon.